Digital immigrants come in zillions, and they don't need visas. For the record, I absolutely believe some countries should worry about what they worry about: safe AI development, immigrants, and more. So here's a term that made me do a double take: digital immigrants. Not because it's particularly shocking, honestly, it's one of those phrases that makes you go oh, duh, but because of how perfectly it captures our blind spot about what's actually happening right now. Yuval Harari dropped this gem in a recent interview. We now have this immigration crisis in the US, Europe, and elsewhere. Lots of people worry about immigrants. Why are people worried about immigrants? There are three main things that come to people's minds: they'll take our jobs, they come with different cultural ideas, they will change our culture, they may have political agendas, they might try to take over the country politically. These are the three main things that people keep coming back to. Now, you can think about the AI revolution as simply a wave of immigration, of millions and billions of AI immigrants, that will take people's jobs, that have very different cultural ideas, and that might try to gain some kind of political power. And these AI immigrants, these digital immigrants, they don't need visas, they don't cross the sea in some rickety boat in the middle of the night, they come at the speed of light. And I look, for instance, at far-right parties in Europe. They talk so much about the human immigrants, sometimes with justification, sometimes without justification, but they don't talk almost at all about the wave of digital immigrants that is coming into Europe. And I think they should be much more, if they care about the sovereignty of their country, if they care about the economic and cultural future of their country, they should be far more worried about the digital immigrants than about the human immigrants. While people are arguing about border policies, millions of digital immigrants are already here, working 24/7, never needing a coffee break, and definitely not asking for benefits. They're not sneaking in under cover of darkness, they're arriving in broad daylight, announced with press releases and IPO filings. Some people still get worked up about remote threats while completely missing the digital, invisible ones that are already rewiring our entire world. Some still blame those with different skin tones and accents as scapegoats, while their bosses deploy AI solutions, lay off employees, and count the money saved. It's like worrying about locking the window while leaving the front door wide open. Put simply, we have something far more concerning to worry about: the digital immigrants, on a scale unimaginable. At yesterday's congressional hearing on AI, Anthropic co-founder Jack Clark mentioned, end of 2026 is when we expect truly transformative technology to arrive. End of 2026. That's not some distant sci-fi future, that's basically tomorrow in tech years. We're talking about maybe 18 months from now, and most of us are still trying to figure out how ChatGPT works. Yet still some treat these digital immigrants wave like it's optional. Like we can somehow vote on whether or not to let AI into our economies and cultures. These digital immigrants are already here, they're already working, and businesses are embracing how much labor cost AI is saving them. They're not exactly waiting for our permission slips. The digital immigrants don't need to learn our language, they speak all of them. They don't need to adapt to our culture, they're creating new ones faster than we can keep up. They don't need to find housing, they live in the cloud, rent-free, and they're multiplying exponentially. Unlike human immigrants, who bring diversity, resilience, and often a deep appreciation for the opportunities they're given, digital immigrants don't have families to feed or dreams to pursue. They don't bring new perspectives born from different lived experiences. They're not looking for a better life, they're just looking for better data. Although some are still debating whether a person fleeing violence deserves a chance at a better life, human immigrants have historically made countries stronger, more innovative, and more resilient. The digital ones? Well, we're still figuring that part out. But at the very least, maybe we could start by acknowledging that the digital immigrants are here, and growing at an unimaginable scale, with the power to change everything in ways we can't yet imagine. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting we should panic about AI or stop caring about human immigrants, quite the opposite, actually. But maybe, Just maybe, we could apply some of that passionate concern about jobs and culture to the millions of digital immigrants that are reshaping our world at light speed. After all, if we're going to worry about the future of work and culture, we might as well ask what's really killing them.